Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tisha and today I'm going to be showing you everything that I take with me on my trip to Orlando, Florida. So if you're new here, then welcome. I make travel content and in roughly about 2 weeks I'll be traveling with my mum to Orlando, Florida and making my first ever full vlog series. So stay tuned and keep watching. So I'm going to start off by discussing what I would bring in my handbag. Now usually I would bring a bog standard handbag, but seeing as the type of trip I'm going on, I thought it was very fitting to bring a Loungefly. So within my Loungefly, I usually just have my purse, that's always going to come with me. And then I have a little plastic wallet, and within this plastic wallet it has like my passport, some US dollars, and I basically like to print off a couple of things. So like my ESTAs and like travel insurance kind of documents, or any of like my tickets for Disney and Universal. I do have a copy of these on my phone, but I do like a printed copy just in case if anything goes wrong, my phone can break, you never know. At least I've got a paper copy to bring with me. The other thing I bring in my handbag is my over-ear headphones. I do have AirPods, so that also comes with me, but I like to have a couple of things that are able to just go under the seat that I don't have to keep going in my main hand luggage for. So I have my headphones, and then I have this little device. Now, I know a few people on different vlogs that I've seen have used I want to say it's called an Airfly, but I found this one on Amazon, and all it is that you connect it. It comes with different connectors, but it comes with like a single prong. I don't actually know the names for these, so I call them prongs. And it comes with a double one. I know that Emirates use these double prongs, but all you do is connect it and connect your headphones, and you're able to connect your headphones to the aeroplane devices, and you're able to listen to movies or any of the music or whatever you listen to on there. But I just like having this because aeroplane headphones just do not sit well in my ears. And then the other thing I have, seeing as the bag is quite small, is I usually bring this like small makeup case, and this is just so I again don't have to keep running in and out of my my main hand luggage. Is just one cable wire. Now lucky enough that I use a C-type charger for my phone, my camera, and for like anything else like my headphones and stuff like that. I also have my mics that I will be having with me. And I also just bring a large portable charger, and this one's pretty good because it already comes with a wire which is a C-type, so I can charge my phone, I can charge my cameras. So that is pretty much what I have in my handbag. It's not a lot and I don't need a lot, and there's a reason for that. So the reason why I don't have a lot in my hand luggage is simply because I shove everything else that I may or may not need in my rolly hand luggage. And I call it a rolly hand luggage so we can understand the difference between that and the actual hand luggage. So usually I will have a book, and at the moment I think I'm about to start Fourth Wing. I've heard a lot of good reviews about it, but I won't go fully into that. And then I bring my own blanket, and it's simply because I don't like airplane blankets. I just feel like they're very scratchy, they irritate my skin. So I bring my own blanket. The other thing I bring for pure comfortability is a aeroplane pillow. Now, I don't know about the bog standard ones, and I don't know if anyone else has this issue, but I cannot stand the bog standard ones. And I think it's simply because when I put them at the back of my neck, it's just too much and it feels like I've got too much around my neck. So I found this one off of Amazon, and you blow it up by your mouth. It's not hard, it only does it in a few pumps. But what I like is that this bit's really, really thin. So it just means that you haven't got too much going on around your neck, and you can lean against it properly without any much movement. To keep it still in one place, as you can see, it keeps opening. It just has like a little popper bit here that you just stick on and it won't move at all. And then it has like a little undo button that you just use to unclip it. If you want to deflate it, you can just deflate it. There's like a little button here, and if you press that, it just deflates it and you can squash it down, which means it packs away nicely. It does come in its own little travel case, so you can see based off the little bag that it comes in, it folds down quite small, and it also comes with a hood. Now the other thing is that I get really, really cold on planes, and even though I wear like a tracksuit top or something that just covers me over, it's always good to have this one that covers my head, just because I get really cold on a plane. The other thing for pure comfortability, especially on a long haul flight, and we all know, and anybody that has been to Florida will know, the flights are extremely long. Well, in my opinion, they're long. but I also have an eye mask. Now, I only started wearing one of these last year on a couple of trips that I went on, and it has done wonders for me being on a long haul flight, especially if there's a lot of noise or there's a lot of distraction, there's lights and everything else. This just really helps black all of that out, makes it really simple. The other thing I bring along in my bags, so I'm a snacky person, so I like to have, got another one of these wallets, and in here I just have a few different bits of snacks that I may snack on while I'm on my flight. And I also have a container. It's got 4 different compartments, and it just contains some sweets and stuff in that. It's always good to have these snacks on a long haul flight. And I also like to buy my sweets out of the airport. I don't know if anybody else feels like this, but I just feel like the airport sweets and chocolates and crisps and anything like that is just really expensive. So to cut that down, I like to just bring my own snacks, and they're a lot cheaper. I do it in my food shop, makes it easier. So then the other thing I have is another case like this, and this one is just all the other electrical items that I don't necessarily need on the flight at that minute. Which is why I had the separate one that went in my handbag. So in this one, it will contain like some fans. I have a couple of those, a few more portable chargers. I will be riding 𝗙𝗹𝗃𝗁𝗍 this time, and I won't be bringing the camera that I'm using, but I will be filming it on my phone. This is probably one of the best phone cases I have ever used that is waterproof. I got this off of Amazon, and I used it while I was in Mexico last year, and I did a lot of water sports in Mexico, and this was perfect. Nothing got in there. My phone was perfectly safe. I highly recommend this if you are worried about your phone getting wet. Like I said, just a couple more wires. And then I also have this adapter, travel adapter. And it comes with 3 different places. So you've got USA, UK, and you also have EU. And what I like about it is that I can just have one, and you have 4 USB charging cable selections. And yeah, it just makes my life a lot easier. So much more easier. And this is the one that I would tend to keep by my bed to charge my phone, my iPad, or anything like that. And then the last few bits that I have in here, the other thing that I take with me is, I don't know about you guys, and I mean, I don't spend a lot of time in the hotel rooms, but when I do like to watch something. And although I have my iPad with me and stuff like that, sometimes I just like it on a bigger screen. So I bring my Chromecast, and it just connects in via a HDMI cable. And I know not all TVs have them, but most hotels do have them now. And just a plug, and you plug it in and you connect it to your phone, you connect it to your laptop, or any of your devices you can connect this Chromecast to. So I always just bring these with me just as a keep a way of an entertainment while I'm in my hotel. The other thing I have with me is, so most people use the plastic, what do you call them? Like the plastic bits that you would use to put your liquids in at the airport. However, I found that was too stressful to try and get all my bits in prior. That bit before security and during security is just very stressful. So to make my life a lot easier, I have bought this airport approved one from Amazon. And I got them as a pack of 2, and it's just to keep a little few essentials in there. But the main things I want to talk about that I bring with me is this thing called nasal gel for dry nose. Now, I tend to get really horrible dry nose on a plane or anywhere that's just got really poor air circulation and it's very drying. This is absolutely perfect for keeping a clear and non-dry nose. I got this off of Amazon. I do think you can get this in Boots, but I don't tend to go out very often. I spend a lot of time at work or at home. So I got this one off of Amazon. I want to say $8.99 I paid for it, but it works wonders. The other thing that I bring with me is a heat pack. Now, I've had a couple of issues recently with my hip and my lower back. So being on a long haul flight, it can cause and trigger a lot of pain in there. These work wonders. You literally just stick it onto your clothes and it heats up in seconds, minutes, and it lasts for a very long time. I think I used this the last time I went to Florida, and it was the only thing that helped my back while I was on a long haul flight. The other thing that I will be taking with me is a face mask. My skin gets so dry on a flight, and I don't know about anybody else, but it's always just good to have one of these, and just use it and it keeps your face feeling fresh. It also makes you feel fresh when you're on like halfway through your flight and you're starting to get to that tired point and you're just trying to build back up some energy and feel refreshed. These are a great way to feel refreshed. And I think that's all that I'll be taking with me in my main hand luggage. Obviously, I'll be bringing my iPad, my laptop, and a few other electrical bits like the hard drive and stuff like that. Other than that, I really don't think that I'll be taking much more in my hand luggage. But if I do, then I will show you when I'm on my flight. So as we are flying premium economy, we get 2 suitcase allowances. So within them 2 suitcases, I've split a couple of things up. I'm not going to show you everything that I take. Your bog standard clothes, I put them in a packing cube. I will show you the packing cubes because I get them from Shein and they're perfect. They're compressed ones, so it makes luggage space a little bit easier. But speaking of luggage space, the main thing I wanted to show was, I don't know about anybody else, but before we go on a trip, we pack our clothes, everything's all nice and neat. However, we come back from a trip and your clothes is just all over the place. So one thing that I really like that I use to help me is these compression bags. So all my dirty clothes, and I've dedicated a bag to all my dirty clothes, and I literally put them in these vacuum storage bags, and it comes with a socket and a little pump, and you literally just put your clothes in. When it's all done, you pop it on and that's that, and it compresses all your clothes. And I think that's just so much useful to compress your space, especially anybody that comes back from Florida. We all know we're coming back with souvenirs from Disney, from Universal, Walmart, Target, you name it, we're bringing it back. So to free up a little bit of that space in the suitcases, these are a good way to go to actually just condense down your dirty clothes. And it just means that actually all your dirty clothes are in one place. Shove it in a suitcase and you are good to go. The other thing that I like to bring on these trips is an extension lead. Now, some people say I'm crazy for bringing these, but they are so much more useful. Now, I had to buy a new socket because I couldn't find my other one, which is just a singular one like this. But this is a USA one, and literally attach this to this and you are good to go. And it just means you can get some stuff on there. So for example, like if I was to use this, I don't have to change out the adapters or anything else. I just plug it into this and I can still use it. The other thing I like to bring with me, and you're going to think I'm so British for this, but is I bring a kettle. And it's because I found that anytime I've gone to the USA, there's always a coffee machine in the room, but I've never seen a kettle. And I get it. A lot of places over there, they're big coffee drinkers, but I'm from the UK. I like my tea. So I found this on Amazon, and it's just literally a collapsible travel kettle. And I think it's such a good kettle. It's not heavy at all. It's relatively small and it's collapsible. It does take a little while to boil. I think I based it around like 5 to 6 minutes, but it's just so useful to have, should I say, sorry. And it comes with its socket and stuff like that. But again, it's another reason why I can just plug this into here and I don't have to worry about it. And in fact, it's collapsible. It's small. It's not going to take up a lot of room in your luggage. The other things that I like to bring with me, so I have a lot of ears. I have a fair few ears and I take them with me. I got this off of Etsy, and I will try and link the person down below of where I got it from. But I did get this from Etsy, and it does contain a few ears. I've only got 3 of them in there so far, but you can easily fit way more than that in there. And it just means that when I am coming back from Florida, rather than like putting them in loads of different carry bags to protect them, I can actually just shove them in here and they will still fit. So yeah, this is something else that I like to keep just to have protected. The other things that I like to bring with me that are useful is water bottles. Now this is a relatively small one, but it's one of those thermal ones, so it can keep your water cool. I can't remember how much you can fit in here. I think it's something like 300 and something mils. It might be 350, but this is always something to have. It's just so you can keep some nice cold water in there. And from what I remember, going to some of the places in Disney and Universal, you can get free cold water. And then the other one I like to have is just this one. I got this one from Miniso, and I probably would use this on my shopping days just because I can wrap it around me and fill it with whatever juice or water that I need. but these ones are good for your park days because they can just pop straight into your bag. They're small enough to fit in there and cause no issues at all. Other than that, I think those are all kind of like the things that I'd say that are a bit different or a bit extra that I'd like to bring. But other than that, I have your standard things like your makeup bags and stuff like that. So this one contains all my skin products. I have one that's for my face, so all the things that I use for my face. Then I have my hair products, and being a girl that likes to get her hair done, I have braids, so I always keep loads of headscarves, loads of bonnets, hair gels, just as a precaution, make sure that my hair looks nice every time I'm out. And then I have one that's full of stuff, as I call it, and that is just literally containing all like medication, plasters and little bits like that that you may or may not need, including some scissors actually. Those are always handy to have. Other than that, then I have packing cubes. So I use this one. So I'm really funny about this, but I don't pack my going back home stuff in the same packing cubes or anything. I tend to pack them in their own little carry case. So I have actually already pre-packed my going home outfit all in this bag, and it looks like it's really heavy, and it is because my flight is late leaving the USA, but I land back in the UK really early in the morning, which means it's going to be somewhat still cold. So I like to put on a nice thick tracksuit just so that I'm nice and warm, but it's in its own little container, so by the time that it comes to it, I've already... Regarding my packing cubes, I feel like I've mentioned this already, that I've got some compression ones, but I've got these from Shein. They come in a pack of 5, I want to say, but what I do like about these is that they do compress down, so all you have to do is just use the zip on the side, wrap it around, and you now have a compressed packing cube and your clothes are in there. I only usually use 2 of the large ones, and that one will I try my hardest to just use 1 for clothes, 1 for pajamas and underwear. That doesn't always work out, but I try my hardest to do that. The other things I like to use, again, I got these ones as a pack, and I've shown these already, but they're great to carry along with anything little that you need. So I've used one for my jewelry because I can fit more in there, and then I've used one for my sunglasses. I'm the type of person that doesn't have just one sunglasses with me. I like to bring different ones for different outfits. And then I have another one which has got a couple of pins that I'm ready to trade when I get there, but it also means that when I buy new pins, they just have somewhere to sit in. So just as another little type of tip and trick, and it was only something that I stumbled upon, is that when I was trying to pack all my clothes, I realized I wasn't getting in my park clothes very well. So I decided to pack my park clothes in said Loungefly. But they do hold a lot, and I didn't really believe it, but I've managed to get 2 outfits in here, and it's only because one of my outfits goes with the gold bag, but I'm using the gold bag for my handbag. So I shoved both my outfits in here and they fit so well. And that's something I'm very impressed about, because I've never actually used Loungeflies. These bags are new. I bought them last year, but I bought them after I'd taken my trip to Florida, and I didn't go to Florida last year. So I'm quite impressed at how much these bags actually hold. But it also just helps with freeing up some space and making sure I don't need to use another packing cube, because they go in, they fit in here. And it means that when I'm on my way back home, I can shove some stuff back in here as well, and that will condense down some of my spacing too. One of you have tips and tricks for me, then please leave a comment down below. If you would like to follow my travel in real time, then please do follow my TikTok page and my Instagram, which are down below. If you would like to see the full vlog series, then please do subscribe. But for now, see you later.